Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Darren. I will be your host during this episode. We are back with Infamous Second Son. Unfortunately, no Andrew. But I figured we started it, I might as well make a series out of it. A series... a series that's actually more consistent than stuff like Sekiro, where I pretty much wait for Andrew. And definitely more consistent than Last of Us, where I just suck. But yeah, so we're really gonna blow through the story, I feel like, because it's, like I was telling Andrew, it's a pretty quick story. We saw on the way here must have been cracked by all that destruction. This one's sealed up pretty tight.
I doubt the DUP is gonna let you borrow their keys. You're probably gonna have to break them open.
Oh, look, I just happen to have some mad new breaking skills.
Haha. Thank you for surrendering so quickly. Yeah, this game just... This is definitely my least favorite of the Infamous franchise.
Oh,
by far.
This is gonna be awesome.
Because while it's got, you know, cool ideas like I was talking to Andrew about, and it is connected, even if only, you know, like slightly. Well, it's like fully connected, but hardly really says it. Except for in DLC where you talk to Zeke, and I'm pretty sure at one point he says Cole would be proud. But like, I absolutely would have preferred an Infamous 3 with Cole. Because, like, yeah, you know, with the good ending, he dies. I get that. But not everybody would have picked the good ending. You know? And even with that, there was a little tease. Drugs are dangerous and illegal. Destroy them for good karma. There was even like a tease of him not being dead. Spoilers, I'm sorry, for Infamous 2 if you haven't played it or seen it. Andrew, don't watch this episode. But like, he very easily could have still been alive and could come back for an Infamous 3 instead of Infamous Second Son. Like, it's still a good game for what it is. And for what they were trying to make it. But it's not the sequel I feel like we deserved. And it's not the sequel that I wanted either. I'm sorry, sir. Whoop. Alright, later. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just a sucker for Cole McGrath. But compared to the other two, this one is vastly inferior in my mind. Like, it is still good. I'm not gonna say that it's bad, but I will shit on it a lot.
Reg, they got checkpoints and cameras on just about every corner.
That's the benefit of having home field advantage.
Except this isn't their home field.
Try telling them that.
Like, I don't know. Cole's story was so compelling.
Okay, so that way's not an option. This better work. It freaking worked!
So much more so than Delson's in my mind. Like, yeah. He's got depth to him for sure. But it's just not as compelling for me. It just very much feels like, we ran out of ideas to do with Cole, here's a new guy. Which, I mean, maybe that is what happened, but, like,
the powers thing, I'm like one, maybe
there's
two
so
away
much
from
you could have
storming
done
our
with
castle.
Cole.
Okay, why don't we slow down there, hotshot?
I mean, hell, you could have done even a story similar to this.
Right, so you're thinking one more's not gonna do.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, hell, if you really wanted to, you could have done similar to Festival of Blood and have it been, like, some sort of flashback or something. Which didn't make sense then and wouldn't make sense for that, but
I think the DUP
would've been
does
better
this
than
to every
this.
town they get called to.
Alright, what they say?
Why would people even put up with that?
Because when it comes down to it, most folks aren't willing.
Oh, I feel good about this one. No, that can't be it.
I don't really know
No
how to
secondhand
talk about
smoke
this
is
game
bad
without
for you.
sounding like I hate it. Apparently. Which I don't.
Reggie, I've used up all the
I
4
just-
relays you said, man. Come on, I need more.
No, man, that's
I
all you get. This bioterrorist thing has you all worked up.
really
You
wish
need to find some place to lay low and chill out for a while.
that
What is it with you
we
and laying
could've
low? I'm
kept with
fine.
Cole.
I'm great. Give me more.
No. Now, I'm working on a possible lead with a detective on the SPD, but we're not moving forward until I'm convinced your head's on straight.
Okay, I'll lay low. Whatever the hell that means.
I don't know. Cole will always have a special place in my heart. And it's sad knowing that they're probably never gonna get remastered.
Nelson, I've got some information on the DUP's communications network. Now, there's a central antenna so they can coordinate the movements of all the
Cooper
smaller
and
districts.
McGrath.
All right, any idea where this central communication thing is?
Well, you did say you wanted to see it while you were here.
Shut up. Space Needle?
Space Needle.
And then we get to climb Space Needle. Like, I do. And maybe it's just because, again, it was one of the first games for the PS4. But I do love all of the new innovative stuff that they did. Speaking of stuff like this. Like, this, for me at least, had never been done. I had an absolute blast tagging up all the walls when I first played this game. You have no idea. But like, I don't know. And like, blast shards are completely different, and blast cores versus core relays, and I don't know. It just kind of seems like they could have done something similar to this with its own title. And like the entire twist in the first Infamous with Kessler. Man, that was fucking amazing.
A man, a plan, and an aerosol can.
I need to replay the first Infamous for myself, honestly.
Okay, Reg, I'm here, and you were right. The needle's tricked out with all kinds of electrical crap and what looks like a bad aluminum siding job.
You're gonna have to get to the top of the needle.
It's a nice day. I'll just climb to the top.
Climb. No, no, no. Don't be crazy.
Hey, man, it's not crazy to be awesome.
What? But like, I do love like the camera angles, the visuals. Like,
theoretical, totally
while I'm climbing up here, I'll
question
have
here, but what would be the
definite example. Like
explanation
that
for how I
camera
might be able
angle
to
to
draw the
tilt.
power from some conduits, say, oh, I don't know, Hank, and not others, like one of these dupe troopers?
Oh my God! So you did try earlier.
Hey, I'm not looking for an "I told you so" here, Reg. I'm just looking for an answer.
Okay. There we go. Oh, it's a good thing I didn't take the elevator up.
Down.
But like, oh, just look at that. That is, I will say that is more beautiful than any sight you would have gotten in Infamous or Infamous 2.
Well, I suppose that hypothetically, theoretically, it could be you can only drain powers from a conduit who has them naturally. A prime conduit, like Hank, or hopefully Augustine. I mean, the DUP guys got all their weaker powers from Augustine, so maybe they can't pass them on. Even to you.
So you're saying we have to keep going? Read you loud and clear.
Don't push it. And next time, don't lie to me, okay? Trust your brother a little more than that, will you?
Man, this stuff's even uglier from the inside. Looking forward to taking this stuff down.
Hey there. It's Betty. Where are you?
Hey,
Oh, hi, Betty. I'm at the Space Needle.
Oh, I'll try back later then. Bring me a postcard.
Okay, if the gift shop's open. Bye, Betty.
Bye-bye.
Oh, okay, not a good time to plummet. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
It wasn't a lie. Jeez, thank you.
This is more like it. I'm on the observation deck.
Don't let your guard down.
Yeah, that's right. Alright, bye. Peace.
Alright, time to gouge out the eye of the needle. And that must be what holds it all together. What the hell? I haven't seen you before.
Oh yeah,
Man,
this
they got
guy.
a small army up here.
Good. Means you're in the right place.
Or that they really don't like other people playing with their stuff.
Come on, focus, Delson. Do you see any way to take down the communications?
Yeah, there's this anchor. Looks like it's holding all the antennas in place.
Fucking shit, dude. Give me that smoke. Give me that good shit.
That was awesome!
Is he dead? Is the big guy dead? I think he might be dead. No, I think I might have to take back what I just said. As this game goes on, for those of you who haven't seen it, like Rage Raptor, maybe you'll understand what I mean, maybe you'll, I mean, if you have seen the first two, or maybe you'll just hate me for it, and be like, you're fucking wrong. Because I don't want to come out like I don't think it's compelling. Because I do. I think it is compelling. It's just not as much so. You know? Cole was a lot more scared. Not to mention the stakes were much higher. Like, this is just, I don't want to say just, but this is, like, just, quote unquote.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna cut it. Nothing bad ever came from getting new powers.
Delson's family, or tribe, or whatever, versus with Cole, it was the entire world at stake. Both times.
Oh, this is going to be epic! See? That wasn't so bad. There. Isn't that
And it
better?
was just always my favorite.
Woo! That's a rush. It goes away.
Like, I do like that. I love seeing that. Along with some of the other stuff that does happen. It's great
Hello,
to see.
Science Center District. I lost you. Do you read me? I'm getting nothing, sir. You? Nothing outside our immediate area.
Yeah, Reg. Let's go find us some prime conduits and get some new powers. We own the streets!
Take it easy. A few streets in the immediate vicinity, right? The DUP still owns the other 98%.
But we kicked them off the Space Needle, man!
You knocked out their comm center, okay? They may be deaf, but they're not dumb. Kicking the DUP completely out of Seattle is gonna take time. We just got here.
It doesn't take all that much time, really.
What they say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single kick-ass tag.
Who says that?
The Chinese people.
I think the donkey is funny, but I feel like this is a lot nicer, heroic type of thing. So let's do the donkey.
Hey, Reg. You see it from down there?
Are you kidding? People in Portland can see it. I just want the Dukes know I'm here, man.
What the hell is that? That's not one of the three who escaped.
No, it's not. It's me.
It's cool. What's this?
The one who Augustine didn't believe had powers. Can I climb on the Space Needle
Nelson,
again?
I've been asking around about the escaped bioterrorists.
Do you think I maybe need like a PR guy?
What the hell are you talking about?
People here are starting to call me the Banner Man, which, A, is unbelievably lame.
Maybe not the best idea, you hanging around the Space Needle right now.
Well, I mean, why not Smoke-tastic Man, or hell, just the Smoker?
Look, I'll keep trying to get a lead on the escaped bioterrorists. Why don't you see if you can disrupt other DUP operations around there until I get back to you?
Yeah. Side missions. I think that's kind of a thing too, is throughout the entire movie they're just all kind of like, you should be a hero, whereas with Cole they're just like, do what you want, man, I don't give a fuck. But this one is very heavy on be the good guy. You want to be the good guy. Like, I understand a part of that is just his brother's the sheriff. But like, don't force a player to do something in a game where he or she is supposed to make their own decisions. Alright, where am I in relation to this? Hello, sir. Right. Okay, so like up there. Right. Okay, I heard. Boo. This is just side missions galore, huh? That's basically what this is. And that's the thing too, is unless I'm just remembering wrong, there are more breaks in the story than in this one than there are in the first two. Like, the first two, they were like, if you want to do the side missions, go ahead. You don't have to. But also, here's the story right away. Whereas this, as you can see right now, is literally, do the story, wait! Do some side missions. We're not letting you get back to the story until you do side missions. And it's like, I want to do the story. Like, I absolutely hate when open world games are just like, alright, let's do side missions now instead. Like, Spider-Man PS4, that is one of the biggest things that pissed me off about that game. Was every now and then they would just be like, alright, side mission time, because fuck the story. We're gonna take a little break from that. And I was like, fucking no. Too many times where it forced you to do side missions, and way too much Mary Jane and Miles Morales stuff with that game. Like, a good majority of it was fun, but when it got to those parts, it just annoyed the piss out of me. And that's exactly what this game is doing right now.
Well, that hit the spot.
Delson, I may have a lead on one of the bioterrorists who
jeez.
escaped from the bus crash.
Fine, lay it on me.
I'm still at the station. Not a
I hate
great
it
place
when
to
games,
talk.
with
I'll
open
meet you
world
at
games
4th
do that.
and
Well,
Vickers.
especially with Spider-Man PS4 is my first time playing it. I was just like, fuck it, I'll do all of these right away, and then I'll be able to do the story. But then it's got like 5 minutes of let's just go around the city kind of thing, so I'm literally just swinging around doing nothing because I already had it all finished at one point. So there was nothing else for me to do, and this was on release. So it's not like any DLC was out yet that I could fuck around with. So it's weird that, like, they don't expect you to be all that interested in the side missions, but then force you to do them. And it's like, that's not how that should work. That's not a good experience. And, like, again, maybe that's just me that doesn't like that. But I dislike it so much that I know I can't be the only one. You know? I know I'm not the only one who finished the side missions before the main story. And then had to be bored as fuck during the times where it was like, hey, do your side missions, bitch. Why can't Delson get a car? And then, like, see, I have to do this side mission if I even want to be able to do this. That's fucking bullshit. Like, in real life, that would have nothing to do with this. Like, Delson wouldn't be doing half of this shit. He definitely wouldn't be doing the find the security camera thing. And he wouldn't be like, oh, I should take this out before doing this very important thing that will help us get rid of Augustine, the leader of the DUP, and therefore get the DUP out of Seattle.
Say goodnight.
Because that's essentially what this, well, should do in real life. It's not what it actually does in the game. Because side missions well, and that's the thing too, is you get juggled so much more easily in this game. Like, it's not necessarily hard, especially right now, but it definitely can be. And as cool as this looks, after a few times it's just like, yeah, I get it. Let's just get to the explosion part instead of the whole theatrical thing. Yeah, so it's just, maybe I'm just being too tedious. But that's my 2 cents. I mean, I guess that's probably more than my 2 cents. Yay, I did it. Now I can do the actual mission that I'm supposed to be doing for the story. Ugh. Excuse me. But instead of doing the story, I think this is where I'm gonna end it. Well, I'll go ahead and kill all these guys. Or get killed by them. And then I'll end it. Motherfucker. You.
I can shoot missiles from my hands?
Ah. What the fuck? That's the thing too, is that you'll be in the middle of recharging and they'll just be like, no, fuck you, ha ha ha. And you're like, no, fuck you. How do you expect me to play your game if you don't let me play your game? Oh, are they all dead? Cool. Ah. Okay, let's go ahead and kill these guys and call it. Boop. Bitch. Oh no. Dip.
Processing.
Yep, still a conduit.
Excuse me. Goodbye. And take that. And they're all accidentally dead. Alright, thank you everybody so much for tuning in. Even though really nothing happened. I hope you enjoyed. Have a happy whatever. And always remember that your future is unwritten, so make it a good one. And I'll see you next time. Bye.